Good evening, friends. We're joined tonight by about 100 MD, PhD, postdoc, and master's biosciences trainees. We have about 10, 15 faculty. We have about 20 to 25 alumni, and then we have about 30 partners from campus, our employers. And we're here tonight to celebrate the future careers of our trainees. And I'm so happy to be surrounded by you guys. I'm going to ask you to look around a little bit, make eye contact with the people next to you, maybe wave to your PI across the room. I'm Stephanie K. Eberle, and I'm the Assistant Dean of what is now BioSci Careers. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to your community. Sound?
I think my interest for science was sparked at a very early age.
When I was in 8th grade.
Probably elementary school.
During high school biology.
I started doing research actually in high school.
The BioSci Careers community can really help its trainees and the graduate students by bringing together as many varied and different stories of people's journey so that people can really find their own path.
So my transition out of training was mostly through my friends. By having someone in one of these companies kind of describe about their experience and tell you how it is, you are better informed about what you would like to do.
I got lucky that the advisors that I had all were great in terms of both scientific advice and then kind of talking to me a little bit about career-related stuff.
We help people talk to each other, and that is one of the values of being a community.
To have people to talk to and ask, okay, how did you decide whether you wanted to be a postdoc or take a job offer? To be able to have people that I can go to and ask those questions is incredibly valuable to me.
BioSci Careers helps our students explore career options, think about what's important to them, think about what skills they might need to acquire to achieve their goals, and then help them achieve those goals.
Taking the decision to go into medical school was a very difficult decision for me. So I sought help from BioSci Careers, and that was really helpful. We did a battery of tasks to see what field I could potentially go into that was in line with what my strengths are and what my goals were in life.
Many PhD students, even postdocs, have a lot of uncertainty about what they want to do, but they're afraid to talk about that uncertainty. So we can help them by letting them know that it's okay to be uncertain. And not only let them know that it's okay, but also encourage them to talk about it.
Our development curriculum helps you look at who you are, how you work on a team, how do you have conversations with your advisor and your PI and with your lab mates. Basically, we are able to individualize what we do for you.
It's not only just helping me look at my CV or look at my personal statement for my residency application, but also kind of giving me advice about how people in the past have combined their multitude of interests into a career that is satisfying for them.
Giving folks a concrete endpoint where they can visualize working in those allegedly alternate careers, I think is very helpful.
Making sure that students, postdocs, staff all feel welcomed here.
My idea of success is helping somebody find and follow their career of choice.
Not think of a greater success than saying we help them achieve what they wanted to achieve in life, and that's got to be our goal, and that's got to be our measure of success.
And without the community, I don't think I would have had the opportunity to dream so big, to even have the vocabulary to start to understand what was happening beyond the lab. And for that, I will forever be eternally grateful.
Our trainees really can do anything they want to do as long as they know their story and they know how and when to share it. Okay, do y'all know how many times I've watched that? I'm so happy to finally unlaunch it. Okay, we're changing. And the impetus for this change is you. Several years ago, I was working with one of my freshmen, and she was from El Salvador. And her parents had decided to cut off her tuition because she was queer and because she wanted to study art. And this was not in line with her parents' definition of success. So I called my supervisor at the time, and I said, what are we going to do? We talked about the various resources to connect her to. And then at the end of the call, he said, what we're going to do is we're going to create a nice community around her so that she can thrive. When she graduated, she invited her network to dinner, and she held up her glass and said, thank you to the community that helped me thrive. And it made me think, what do we do for our MDs, PhDs, master's students, and postdocs in the biosciences to help them thrive? What do we do for you? Well, you can't actually just know somebody's story unless you ask. So I and many of my partners on campus have been spending the last few years doing exactly that. We've been giving you opportunities to tell your story. And in general, this is what you've said. Guess what? Career development is on your mind. Is that a surprise to anybody? And training, while fulfilling, is difficult. Does that surprise anybody? And that's why we're here. And in fact, that's why all of our partners are here. And that's why we're all here tonight. Because we've all been there. We're all in a different part of a very similar journey. And we have the opportunity now to celebrate that journey and to share it together. And our faculty and trainees got together about 15 years ago with this idea in mind, to advocate for our trainees' future careers. It started with about one director. So the School of Medicine Career Center started with maybe one director who doubled as a counselor. It started with a part-time program coordinator who doubled as a counselor. There was a very small library. They did a few programs a year. And they worked with what is now SBSA to create Biotechnology Industry Day, which had about 10 partners, or 10 employers coming, all from biotechnology industry. And since then, we've grown. Did you know that Biomedical and Biosciences Industry Expo today is 30 companies and counting, and representative of at least 9 different sectors? This year, that's going to change to an entire week's worth of events. Per your recommendation, we've created now a startup career fair, via Doherty, 20 companies and counting. But today, we still involve all of our trainees in this process. But did you know that we're more than just a career center? And we have to be. When we asked our employers, our alumni, and our faculty, what is the value of graduate training? They all said, developing critical thinking skills. And you know what? That's more than academic skills training. That is academic skills, personal skills, professional skills, and career skills that will translate to myriad opportunities here and beyond. And so that the minute you walk on campus to the day you retire, we've got your back. Because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, don't we? Our faculty, they want talented and committed trainees. Our employers want talented and committed employees. Our trainees want talented and committed mentors and employers. So our job is to build that circle around you, make sure all of these different facets of our community are talking to each other. We are a community that puts our trainees at the center. Now, what that looks like then is that our counseling curriculum and connections opportunities are all created in conjunction with and in the interest of those individual partners and facets of our community. And all of our opportunities align with the various steps in your training so that your story can unfold gently, one chapter at a time, into your unique definition of success. We start with Acclimation Development. We are here from day one. We're at your orientations. We are at your retreats. Our individual development plan that was developed with our faculty, our trainees, and our staff for our biosciences the PhDs and postdocs. That helps you have those conversations, those important conversations, and to hit those milestones throughout your time here. Our team collectively represents 150 years worth of counseling and coaching experience. And our 7 different assessments allow you to ferret out the most unique themes in your story. But did you know that this year alone we're offering 70 different courses and workshops? Now, we do offer some of the same things that a career center offers. We do offer resume and interview practice and all of those fun things, and those important things. But in addition, we offer academic and personal development opportunities because we want you to know you are not alone in this journey. Then we start bringing in our alumni and our employer partners for panels and workshops. We develop resources for you so that you can start listening to the themes of other people's stories, share them and compare those to your themes, and then start looking at fit. But did you also know that this year we work with our faculty, our employers, and our alumni to tailor what we offer by department? We have a lot of connections. We have alumni databases. We have a lot of data and information about your department, about you, so that we can tailor to your needs. Eventually, bad news is you have to start trying out the draft of your story. We do help you with that through internship and through some of the career expos I mentioned. But did you know that this year we have 3 Biosciences Certificate Programs? This includes immersion programs in 6 different sectors taught by Stanford faculty, BioSci Careers staff, as well as experts in the field. And last but not least, when you're ready, we help you create your written and oral story to give to your employers, and then later to share with your future proteges, so that you can start giving back to the community that helped you thrive. And if you're an MD student, did you know that we have a residency interview clinic? Last year, the rating for that was 9.86 out of 10. If you follow NPS, the rating for this was 94 out of 100. And if you don't follow NPS, I assure you that's good. Or it wouldn't be here. But just as an FYI, our overall rating last year was 8.9 out of 10 and an NPS of 73. And that was when we weren't entirely full staff and we were very new. So we're going to continue to grow. But last but not least, did you know that we do not measure success by the number of job offers you receive or the type of sector you go into? We measure success by the quality of connections made, our trainees' confidence in their decisions, the perceived impact of service, and satisfaction with career of choice once you leave. And we could not be successful without you. Thank you for trusting us with your story.